It's the 757 at 6 here on ESPN Radio 94.1. Matt Hatfield here with you. We've got a couple of special guests with us. We have the former heavyweight champion of the world, 44 victories to 17 losses, one tie in his illustrious boxing career. If that's not right, he'll correct me, I'm sure. James Bonecrusher Smith, and our friend Charles Hatch, you know him as the former Norview legend, Sports Inside and Out, the Legends of Sports, his podcast, and all the great things he does. Coach Hatcher, thanks for bringing us another one of the greats here, as people have enjoyed all the greats we've been talking to lately with you, such as Leroy Keys, Ray Scott. We got another great one today.
All right. So glad to be able to bring you 757 area, some of the great legends that we've been associated and friends with over all these decades, and those that help make the game. But, you know, it's always good to be able to use you as a proxy to be able to bring the voice of these great cadre of legends from Sports Inside and Out. And believe me, you got one there, man, because this guy not only is a fantastic orator, but first professional heavyweight champion to ever get a college degree. So he is an educated big fist guy. So he's very interested in a long-time friend and has a lot of quick anecdotes to be able to really make the fans constituency that you and listeners that you do have both here and around the country, Matt, very interested in what he has to say.
Well, no doubt about it. He's a wonderful guy. In the ring, he did a terrific job, and then outside the ring became an ordained minister in 1996, started the nonprofit organization Champion for Kids, and we know about his wonderful career, which we'll go back in time and relive it with him here. James Bonecrusher Smith, our guest. James, how are you doing right now?
I'm doing good in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Oh, wow. I've been to Myrtle Beach one time in my life. It was 2007, covering the Beach Ball Classic, which you may or may not have heard of. Some teams from Virginia were playing in that event, and it is a fantastic area.
Thank you very much. I've been here 10 years.
I bet you love it down there.
I love it every day. Every day I go out to the beach, and I just sit there. And now I sit in my truck because of the virus, but I just watch the beautiful scenery on the beach.
Well, let's before we relive the great glory days of your boxing career and all the big fights you had, tell us what you're up to these days. I understand you're currently working with organizers to establish the Legends of Boxing Hall of Fame there in Myrtle Beach?
Yeah, I set it up 2016, a Boxing Legend Hall of Fame. Ernie Shavers and Michael Spanks are my business partners, and as of this year, we were going to have around my birthday celebration and bring the guys in. But because of the virus, we had to postpone it to 2041. So we're going to start having our Hall of Fame weekend around my birthday, which is April the 3rd. So 2021, we're going to have it from April the 2nd to the 4th. Okay, so that'll be next year. So the Hall of Fame's already up and running down there, correct? Yeah, we just have a weekend. My goal is to get an RV, and we're going to have a mobile museum. We're coming to a city near you.
Ooh, I like that. You know, we've got a great history of boxing here in the 757. We lost a legend here from Hampton Roads before we get to your career, but maybe any thoughts you had Sweet Pea Purnell Whitaker a year ago. He was a wonderful one. You know, this whole Virginia area loves its boxing.
Yeah, I met him a few times, and he was a great fighter.
Indeed. Well, let's talk about your career here. I mean, you did some great things, winning the world heavyweight title. Back in the 1980s, you won the WBA title over Tim Witherspoon by knockout in December of '86 at Madison Square Garden in New York City. How memorable was that? Is that the pinnacle of your career looking back on it?
Absolutely, and if you got a moment, I'd like to share with the people, and as I travel around from place to place, and Coach know where I'm getting ready to go on this, I said, did I ever tell you how I became heavyweight champion of the world? I don't know if we have time, but if you got 5 minutes, I'll tell you how I became heavyweight champion of the world.
Listen, I've got all the time in the world for you, my friend, so please share me that entire story.
Well, when I was about 6 years old, I was a little crybaby. Can you believe, look at the Bonecrusher now, can you believe he was ever little or crybaby, ended up fighting 10 world champions, and I first had to take my Tyson 12 rounds, but I had convinced myself I was not going to school. But nobody told my mom and daddy, so they had me dropped off my first grade teacher's class, crying, kicking and screaming, because I didn't want to be there. So I started running from my teacher. Now I'm 6 years old, I'm running from my teacher. And once my teacher caught me, she started beating me with a fan belt. You know what a fan belt is? It makes a car run. It made me run, too. She started knowing about me to my mama, and the rule was if I got a whipping in school, I was going to get at least one more when I got home. Mama looked at me and she said, Odell, which is my real middle name, go get me a switch. And I was smart. Even back then, I got the smallest switch I could find. My broke that switch. She looked at me. She said, I said, go get me a switch. I had to go back in the woods and get a bigger switch. Now, turn around over there. She would hit me with that switch. She was pronouncing words. Didn't I tell you if you got a whooping at school, I was going to whoop you too? I got mad with my mama. Daddy came home. Daddy whooping his belt, and I got mad with Daddy. So they six, I made two decisions. One, I was going to school. And two, if I ever got grown, I was going to whoop some people. I boxed professional for 18 years. I whooped a lot of people. But the maddest I've ever been was December 1986. I was suing a great promoter, Don King. You heard of Don King?
Yes.
He called me up. I was suing him because he had promised me a world title fight, and he didn't give it, so I got me another promoter. And so he sued me for breach of contract. I sued him. We were suing each other back and forth, and he called me up. Bonecrusher, this is Donald King. I pretend I didn't hear him. I said, who? He said, this is Don King. I said, hey, Don, how you doing, brother? He said, Bones, I want to sell this lawsuit to you. I'm going to give you that world title fight, and I'm going to give you some money, too. I said, well, Don, that's awesome. I said, Don, who is the fight? When is it, and where is it going to be? He said, well, I got some bad news, Bones. I said, what's that, Don? He said, the fight is going to be against the guy that beat you last year. Ken Witherspoon. And my mind immediately went back decades, and I remember those whoopers that I got from my teacher, my mama, my daddy, and a year and a half ago, Witherspoon on HBO, he beat me all across the ring in Las Vegas from pillar to post. I said, Don, when is this fight, and where is it going to be? He said, Bon, the fight is going to be on HBO television. You got a chance to redeem yourself on HBO. Pay Witherspoon back. Beat him up, Bon. I said, Don, when is this fight, and where is it going to be? He said, Bon, the fight is going to be at Madison Square Garden, New York, and it's going to be next week.
Next week?
I said, Don, you mean to tell me you're going to give me a 7-day notice to fight a guy? And the last time I had plenty of time to train, get ready, and he beat me all across the ring. He said, yeah, take it or leave it. I said, well, Don, can you give me a minute to think about it? Yeah. I said, well, Don, I think I'm going to take this fight because I was old when I started boxing, 28 years old when I had my first pro fight, and I'm thinking about taking it because I'm mad. I'm going to write a book called Mad, Make a Decision. And I'm going to tell the world about how you did me on this. And that's what I've done. I took that fight on a 7-day notice because 7 is God's perfect number. He created the world on 6 days, but on the 7th day he rested. I said, you know what? If I hit Witherspoon right, I can put him to sleep, and I can tell this story for the rest of my life. So my goal was to take that left ear, take his left ear, drive it to the right ear with my right hand. And I knew if he didn't get all the way over there, he'd be like Elvis Presley. He'd be all shook up.
That's a great story. Talking with James Bonecrusher Smith, former heavyweight champion. That's one I've never heard before. It's the 757 at 6 on ESPN Radio 94.1. Now, Bonecrusher, you mentioned something that just struck me there. You lost to him in Nevada in June of '85. The 7-day preparation, I've never heard of that before. Did that fight, though, have it? Yeah, 7-day notice.
And Mitch was upset because Don pulled me out of that fight with him, but I'd rather fight Ken Witherspoon. I only knew about 7 days prior.
Okay. How much of it, I mean, you'd already fought him before. How much did that fight help you in the rematch? But was it more mental preparation than physical and conditioning and those things, or?
I was mad because I remember how he beat me up. He beat me all across the ring. I was mad, and really that's a true story. My goal was to get left ear and drive it into his right ear with my right hand. if that's a visual, if you could just wrap your brain around that, taking that left ear and drive it into the right ear.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time digesting that one. But once you win, what's the feeling? You're the heavyweight champion of the world. You mentioned sort of the beginning days there of schooling and so forth. I mean, you've got to feel like you're on top of the world, right?
Well, yeah, and I did it. I mean, it's unbelievable how I did it. I don't know anybody that have done it quite like that. But, I mean, to be the best in the world, no matter how long you keep the belt, one day you are the best in the world at what you do. That's incredible. Billions of people in the world, you're the best at what you do.
Most athletes all come across, whether they're a basketball player, a baseball athlete, football, tennis, golf, boxing, you name it. I bring up turning points or defining moments in their career. For you, was it that moment as a child, or was it later on in your boxing career?
Those whippers that I told you about, they prepared my mind for beatings. They put beatings in my brain. And I knew I wanted to beat some people up. Beat them up.
Well, it certainly worked for you. Now, after winning the heavyweight title of the world, I mean, you still had some great fights. Tell me about, I know it wasn't the one that's probably you love in terms of the outcome, but Mike Tyson there, fighting him in 1987, another memorable bout.
It was a great fight. HBO had a trust to make one champion, and I knew after that fight, I could have beat him had I fought them the way I fought Witherspoon, because I'm big, strong guy, maybe one of the strongest guys. Maybe Jordan might be a little stronger, much harder. And I taken it to Tyson the way I took it to Witherspoon. I could knock him out. But the media had him built way up, as invincible. And then the media turned against him a little bit when he got in trouble. But now he's trying to make a comeback at 53.
So you fought him when he was what?
He was 20 years old.
Yeah. And he was a fighter.
And not a biter.
He was a fighter and not a biter, indeed.
Coach, you trying to start something.
Coach Asher is. He is notorious for that. But, yeah, what do you think about that? I see not only is Mike Tyson wanting to make a comeback there, Bonecrusher, but Evander Holyfield as well, huh?
Well, the thing about it is, if they fight people their age, they'd be okay, because they were young. We all were young at one point. Yeah, those guys, you can people, but you can't fool Mother Nature and Father Time. You can't fool the two people. Mother Nature all the time. And Mike, he really tried to kill people, and they gonna remember that he tried to kill people. They gonna try to kill him, so he gonna be in a lot of trouble, I think.
Yeah, no. Mother Nature and Father Time are always undefeated, aren't they?
Yeah, they're hard to beat.
Very hard to beat. Looking back at the sport of boxing and today, the way it is, the state of the sport, where do you think it is now, Bonecrusher, and where is it headed in your eyes?
Well, I did an interview. I'm doing a lot of interviews these days, but I told a reporter from England the other day that they were asking me about Joshua and this Tyson theory. I said, these guys don't have great trainers. I had a great trainer. Emil Griffith was a 6-time world champion, and now these guys, they do the best they can, but just nobody's really teaching them how the art of boxing. They really don't know it. So I said, if I'm 30 years younger, I'd think about coming back because I know how to fight.
Mm-hmm. What was the key, besides your upbringing and the things you mentioned earlier, what was kind of the key in your success as a fighter? You fought a lot of great ones. You had some memorable bouts, winning the heavyweight title, and you did it for a good long while there. What was kind of the key ingredient or ingredients to you sustaining that success?
I'm going to say it again. My trainer was a 6-time world champion. 6 times. Because he knew how to fight. So he taught me how to fight.
Gotcha. Any changes you'd like to see made in the sport?
I don't know. They making much money. At 67, I think I might come back one time. That's 60. They making so much daggone money, man. It's unbelievable. But I guess I'm going to have to dream about it. I'm not coming back. I'm not going to do that. Because if you get hurt, if those guys get hurt, they will never be able to live it down. You see, because Mike Tyson made $500 million in the ring, $500 million, and Evander made a couple of $100 million. I just made a couple of million. But in my whole career, it's unbelievable. They even be thinking about coming back. And I think it's just to make some money. Why would a person get back in the ring to do anything like that? It don't make sense to me.
No, you make a good point. 4 minutes here with the former heavyweight champion of the world, James Bonecrusher Smith, and, of course, our pal, Coach Charles Hatcher from the Legends of Sports Inside and Out. Check out his podcast. It's the 757 at 6 here on ESPN Radio 94.1. Bonecrusher, what are you most proud of? Is it your career, or has it been the things that you've done after your career, which I'm sure have helped been highlighted by what you did as a boxer?
I'm most proud of my parents teaching me how to be a good person. You never really heard anything bad about Bonecrusher. I've been around 67 years, and you never, knock on wood, it might happen tomorrow, but I've never been in the newspapers or the TV or radio or whatever about doing something bad and foolish. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very happy and excited about that. And now I know better. I know how to avoid situations, so then, it's a blessing that I was able to move around situations and moving out of places, being in the right areas, and dealing with the right people. And but knock on wood, I would say that's my biggest thing right now.
Final one for me, and Coach Hatcher, you can follow up on this as well. There's so much going on in our world with the virus, with the protests, and so on and so forth, and what you've done as a minister and helping kids, and with the Boxing Hall of Fame there in South Carolina, and just your wonderful career. I know people respect greatly, as they should, your opinion, your voice. Give some food for thought, if you will, on where we are as a world and athletes in general, boxing and beyond. Your thoughts right now as we go into this point here in the middle of summer.
I want to encourage parents to spend time teaching and training their children. Don't depend on other people or TV or whatever, radio, whatever, the media. Don't leave that up to somebody else. That was a true story how I didn't have to get many whippings or beatings, but I got a couple of them. I realized how to respect people, and I think to children, kids nowadays, for some reason, they're growing up with one parent or whatever, or no parent, and nobody's really teaching the kids. They're just having them and turning them loose. I think that's a major problem, and it's just a matter of time before they get in trouble.
Well, so I think some great thoughts there from the world heavyweight champion there, Coach Hatcher. You agree?
Yes, it is. He's always been one to stand up and come to point, even when we do things around the world. In the Caribbean, he's been to Bermuda and many other countries with us, and Bones always been one to meet the need, and as well as the rest of the guys or the cadre of the legends that we try to bring to your show at 94.1. It's a tremendous opportunity for the Hampton Roads 757 area to be able to hear and be a part of some of the greatest people in the sport, both on the field, in the ring, outside the ring as well, because we give you the real side of the people that can give you the things that you really need to hear, not what you want to hear. And I think I can contribute that to a lot of the things that's going on with Matt Hatfield there and the ESPN stations there in the Hampton Roads. We're happy to be a part of it, be a conduit to bring these great athletes and legends, or those who help make the game of sports in general, and having a staff like Max Zillow, our dear one, and all the others with Wally Jones and all us guys. We're happy to be a part and team to make a dream work, such as what you're doing there in the Hampton Roads area, and helping us to be the proxy we are around the world. James is very special. As you can see, he is a real treat to be around.
Well, thank you guys so much.
I'd like to say this and kind of get this word out to my fans. Mm-hmm. I'm giving my fans a chance to be in the Hall of Fame. They make a small donation, a small contribution. I'm involved in a company called Total Life Changes. It's a tea that detox your body. It gets the chemicals and different things out of your body and gets you feeling good and great. And so if a person go on my website, bonecrusherweightloss.com, if they make a $49 purchase, I'll reserve their name in the RV. Their name will go on the wall in the Boxing Legends Hall of Fame.
All right.
That's awesome. So the website again, bonecrusherweightloss.com?
Absolutely. That's it. Or they can call me. I'm going to give my phone number out, my cell phone. They can call me 910-658-3408. That's 910-658-3408. Now, I had to knock people out and become a legend. All they got to do is come up with $50. They should be in the Hall of Fame. You see what I'm saying? That's awesome. They can buy their way into the Hall of Fame. $50.
That's not bad. So check out the website again. James Bonecrusher Smith, the former heavyweight champion of the world, and I think he might have a fight or two left in him, guys. Great talking with you both. Best wishes, safe travels to you, and we'll definitely keep in touch.
All right, my friend. Okay, got this.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
You got it.